Shut up.
Hey, kill. Mix up the seal. Mix.
Hello, good evening, guys. Today I'm bringing a live session for all of us in India. It's very interesting. We saw news flashing today on all the news channels regarding 1984 Sikh riots. After 34 years, this happened in 1984 after the assassination of Indira Gandhi, our late Prime Minister, where two of the Sikh bodyguards killed her in the morning time. And what happened in Delhi afterwards? For 3 days, there was a genocide which was happening, a massacre which was happening, where Sikhs were targeted, they were pulled out of their homes, they were killed brutally. And why it is all the more important for me to come and kind of share my experience, because we this is one of the experience in Delhi. While I was living in Delhi, I was small, I was just about 7 years old, and we were living in heart of the this crisis which was happening, right? So I'll tell you, I'll share some views on that. So this was 1984. I still remember, just 7 years old, not a big age to remember all this. And for us, it was not something great like, we will remember as kids. But what was remarkable was we were living in Mahavir Enclave, and that is the area in Palam, which is in southwest Delhi. And being an dad was in army, so we used to live on rent in Mahavir Enclave. And apparently there were two families living over there in the same house. It was kind of a 1 BHK shared, and apparently our neighbors, where we were sharing our balcony, or I would say baranda, with this family. And they were apparently six. So they had one son who was around 20 years old. He was a proper Sikh, and his dad was also in army, but he was not in Delhi that time. And when all this started, the landlord of our house, apparently he was also probably in one of these groups who were targeting Sikhs over there. And we were seeing the action which was happening all around. And this guy was very smart, because being this house of his, so he was trying to keep the people away, or the groups of the people away from our house. Otherwise it was very easy target. There were very close by homes which were burned, and people were killed literally when the massacre was on the highest peak. And what happened was, on the first day, I still remember, we used to go to nearby street to get the milk. And when I went there, so we were waiting for the milk at the place, and the house which was right in front, there was a Sikh family who was staying over there. And literally, this one of the group of people came, and they were just having rods in their hand, iron rod just about a meter, and kerosene bottle with them. And they came over there, they went into the house. And the females who were staying there, they just came out and said what happened. And these people try to say, you have call your husband, brother, and father outside, we want to kill them. So they said, no, no, nobody is there. So they kind of forced upon them and went inside the house. They got this males who were inside the house. They just brought them in the open courtyard. They just kind of hit them with the iron rods and burned them alive. So that was something which was right in front of the eyes. And nobody could do anything. They were in numbers and numbers, nobody can be identified. Hundreds of people were just moving around like that. So this was happening. And we used to have one big poultry forum which was just about 100 meters away from the house. And in the afternoon, this group of people, they just went and burned the whole poultry farm, and whole afternoon we were only hearing kind of bursting noise from there, where chickens were getting kind of blasted with this heat and fire which was being done over there. Very touching. So coming back to our house, so these people attempted 2 or 3 times, group of people, to come to our house, but by God's grace. So what we did actually, because it's very difficult to safeguard when everybody was knowing there is a Sikh family staying with us. So what we did is we removed all the pictures of Guru Nanak Dev and all the gods of Sikhs from their rooms, and this bhaiya, we used to call him, and we kind of hidden him in the there was a place on top of almiras where we used to keep old stuff. We kind of tell him to stay there, and he was there for 2 days. 2 days, just imagine. And he didn't even come out for anything. So, and third day it was so bad that finally then army decided that okay, we are going to bring our families, whoever are staying in the outskirts or in these places where the riots were at the highest level, which was one of this area which I am talking about, Palam Mahavir Enclave. And third day, army came. My dad was also there. They came in 3 ton of army pickup, those trucks, big trucks, and they came over there. They were collecting all the families or gathering all the families. We also went in the truck, and we were moving to Three Signal Grove, which was just near Palam crossing, railway crossing, just next to the crossing. And while the truck was moving at the Palam colony, that was the market where the riots were like absolutely to the maximum. It was going on. We did saw some dead people, killed people on the road. And when the truck was moving, one of these group of people, they stopped the trucks. They said, oh, whoever Sikhs are there in the truck, get them out. So it was such a nice thing. There's one of the uncle who was there, a soldier who came to take all of us out from there. He just came out of the there was an escape window on top of these trucks. That's for I would say to take a 360 view from the co-passenger cabin. He came out, he had the gun in his hand. He said, okay, fine, whoever wants to stop the truck, come in front, I'm going to fire. People die. You want to die, you want to save yourself, move out of the way. And absolutely, it was the best scene I could see. People were just running like crazy to save their lives. So that was kind of a fear factor which came because when army was told to start taking control. Why it could not happen 3 days after the incident, nobody knows. Almost 3,006, they lost their lives. 3,000 females, mothers, sisters, they were crying like anything. And I still remember that scene when we reached the unit 3 Signal Group in Palam. So we were kind of living in a refugee conditions, where for 10 days till the things were normal, we were eating like in a refugee camp. And on the 10th day, when the situation became normal, we returned to our houses. And it was just like you see in the movies, absolutely deserted city. Both sides you see the houses burned, everything in a totally shamble state. But these are few of the incidents I have shared, which I have seen from my eyes. And I believe a lot of people see this and they also share their videos. So at least we can help the victims to find justice. Probably somebody will definitely see these videos, look at it, and gather, I would say, let's all of us get together and share our views. whatever good can be done and all the people who can be brought to justice with our this little effort will be great. So please do remember to leave your comment and share your experiences with me, and feel free to share your links where I can catch up with your video. Let's bring this to maximum level, and I'm sure people who have lived in Delhi in 1984 during the riots, they would love to share their views and anger and their experiences during this period, which was a terrible one for everybody. With this, we can say that we wish our courts bring the justice to the highest people who are involved, and all the six families who are waiting for the justice for last 34 years find a justice finally. With this, I'll close this. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Take care.